Miami Dolphins mode. Yeah. Miami Dolphins mode. What? Miami Dolphins. Woo mode. Yeah. Woo.
What's up, Dolphin fans, and thank you for coming on the Miami Dolphins Mo channel. Today, we're going to get into linebacker depth for the Miami Dolphins in 2020. A lot of things went on this offseason. We picked up three different linebackers, and it's exciting. The ones that we did pick up, I'm going to mention them and go into the depth chart and see how everything, this is an early, depth chart. So, we'll just go over the players and see what their strengths, their weaknesses, and where they're gonna play. All right, so let's get right into it. All right, so first off, we got him in free agency, Cal Van Noy. All right, he's a start. He should be the starting linebacker, obviously. I think they're gonna probably. I'm gonna do it in a 3-4 setup, so four linebackers. All right, Kyle Van Noy will probably be on the strong side, but he can fluctuate. He could go into middle linebacker and play either. I believe that he could play either outside linebacker, and he could also play defensive end and nose tackle. So he's kind of going to be like a Swiss Army knife all over the defense. But let's put him at the strong side linebacker for right now, right? Just to describe him all. Right. Okay. So Kyle Van Noy, man, he's good at setting the edge. He's actually one of the best at setting the edge against the run. He is good at coverage. He can cover tight ends. He can cover receivers. He's pretty good at it. And he could just play multiple positions, which gives us such an advantage because when the offense lines up, they don't know what he's gonna do. So it really confuses them. It's gonna help out a lot. He's gonna help out Jerome Baker and Raekwon McMillan a lot because these are Raekwon McMillan is going into his third year, and McMillan is going into his fourth year, and Baker is going into his third year, right? So he's going to help them a lot, especially having all experience, winning Super Bowls and just being a veteran, an older veteran. He's going to be a locker room guy. He's probably going to improve the linebacker position a great amount just from his presence and his knowledge and his experience that he's had throughout his NFL career. So I believe that the linebacker position is going to mature and develop. Be more consistent. Against passing the rusher, he's average. That's probably one of the only things on his play that is average. He gets around 6. Last year he got 7 sacks, but he gets around 5 to 7 sacks a year. That's the only thing. But he still gets you sacks. But he's a great linebacker. One of the good linebackers in the NFL, and we're gonna be better as a defense because of. All right, let's go on to the next linebacker. We're going to Raekwon McMillan. I mentioned it before. Raekwon, his his thing is against the run. If you saw last year the games, you saw when there was a small hole that opened up, and you thought the running back was gonna go through. Raekwon McMillan would just shoot through the gap, and boom, you heard it. He came. He came with it. So he's against the run. He's really good. That coming out of college, that was his strength, right? If he has to fix something, it would be his coverage. His coverage isn't so good. I think it improved a little bit last year, but still needs improvement though. They took him out. I think a few more times on the third down because of it. But against the run, he's solid, 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 solid. He's a good guy to have against the run. Hopefully that they could evolve him a little more in the coverage aspect of linebacker position. But I think that he's going to be the middle linebacker, probably be the Mike linebacker, in there, or probably the Sam, or you could call him Ted. But he's going to be in the middle, because two other linebackers are usually outside the tackles, and then the other two are behind the defensive lineman, back there. There's two back there, so he'll probably be one of those two. Okay. Yeah, man. And he also, he got injured his first year. He went out his whole year. Second year, he played the whole year through. And last year, he played almost the whole season, and then got injured at the end. But however, if Raekwon McMillan, if you see him from his first season, because for his rookie season he didn't play, but from the first season till the last game that he played, you could see improvement in each game. You know what I mean? It's been a little process, but Not that much, but it's been a little process. But you can see him improving every single game. Like he improved from his sophomore year, with the second year, to his third year. He improved. So as long as you see improvement, you got some hope that he's gonna keep on going until he stops, until you see that. But as of right now, he just has kept improving. I think he's gonna be a good asset to our linebacking position, especially against the run. Okay, let's move on. Next linebacker is Jerome Baker. You know Jerome Baker. Last year he became team captain. He was this dedicated guy. He's all about the locker room. He's all about the football team and the players and all that. So they named him as a captain. He actually was the linebacker that had the most snaps last year out of anybody. He had over 1,000 snaps, and he actually had a bad year. He had a bad year. His rookie year was actually better than his second year. However, I think what happened was the scheme that the defense is. You know how complex it is. He probably had a little trouble, converting, right? But he definitely has a talent. He's good at coverage. He's good against the run, but he could probably get a little better. He was rushing. You could see him pressure the quarterbacks a few times. He could probably get better at that. But he does have speed. He's sideline to sideline. He has a lot of talent. His coverage is pretty good. It does improve. It has improved a little bit from one season to the other, but I think that this upcoming season, with having a year under his belt, is going to come together a little better for him, and you're going to see improvements from there because he definitely has a talent. He has a skill set, and all that. And Brian Flores putting him on there. He has the most snaps out of all linebackers. They definitely see it as well. So I'm looking to see that jump from his first year in Brian Flores' defense to the second year, and see how that works out. But definitely he could be a very great linebacker in the NFL. So there's high hopes for Jerome Baker, definitely. You know, and let's go into the last starting linebacker right now that we got, that I'm thinking that's going to be a starter. This is just before the season, is Vince Biegel. Vince Biegel, we got him from the Saints last year on the Kiko Alonso trade. We traded him up, player swap, just straight up. And Vince Biegel, he came in last year, and he just worked, man. He just worked. They put him into three different positions. Played outside linebacker, edge defender, middle linebacker, I believe, and then I think it was another position I forget right now. But they had him on a few different positions, so he's not going to be set in stone into one of them. But I think he's going to probably come off the edge a little more than anything else. And you saw the same thing with him as Raekwon McMillan. You saw improvement as the season went along, and it probably slowed down a little bit for him because he had to learn so many positions in one season. He wasn't even there in training camp. He got there, like, I think the last preseason game or something like that, so he barely had any time to get on there. And on top of that, you got to learn three different positions. It takes, that takes a toll. It takes you back a little bit. But this upcoming year, with him already knowing, like, these are the positions I'm going to play, so this is what I got to study for. He has time in the off season. He's probably going to be sharper and play a little faster because he probably won't be thinking as much. He'll be reacting more. There's definitely potential in him. You see him coming off the edge. You see him in coverage. You see him tackling. He's probably going to be something good next year. We got to wait and see. But there's definitely potential there, and I'm excited to see this. My main thing here is with all these guys is that Kyle Van Noy is there, so I think that what he's gonna do is kind of like solidify them, kind of like make it all work, like bring it all together. You know what I mean? And then when units play together, they know more and they can communicate easily. Then it works out better, and they play better as a result on the field. Okay. All right. So that's who I think are going to be the starters for the most part. But let's not get completely carried away because there's some guys here that are good as well. Let's start with Sam Aguavin. Last year was his first year, so you could say it was his rookie year in the NFL, but he actually was playing in Canada. He was playing the outside linebacker for the most part last year. In the beginning of the year, he did better than the ending of the year, right? But he did do good for his first year. coming from the Canadian League and it being his rookie year in the NFL. He did play a little bit, like a couple games, not too much. He got cut before when he came out of college, so he didn't have too much experience in the NFL before his first year. Like considering a rookie year in the NFL, it was an all right year, But he did. There was a couple. They did have a couple guys in the rotation. He came out a little bit, so he's a development player, but a good depth player. Definitely. Last year he was a starter for us, and this year, having him at depth, or having him in certain packages, might be something nice to see this upcoming year. So definitely good depth. We're already talking about our fifth linebacker here. So let's go on to Sam McGuavin. He basically what he is throughout his thing. He's average. He's not particularly great at anything, but he's average at everything. You know what I mean? So a serviceable linebacker as of now. Remember that was his rookie year. Let's see what happens next year. Then we got last year was his rookie year, Van Ginkel. All right, Andrew Van Ginkel. We got him out of Wisconsin. He got hurt in the beginning of the season, missed half the season. So that was kind of tough for him, but he came in towards the second half of the season. He played like about 4 or 5 games. Don't quote me on that. I don't know, but it was towards the later half of the NFL season. You kind of saw something there against the run. He is aggressive, but I think he needs to hit the weight room a little bit. Also, that injury probably set him back, so I couldn't see really like fully like what his potential was. So I want to see him next year and come back, ready. Come back from the offseason, maybe hit the weight room a little bit because I think he needs a little more strength if he's coming off the edge in the NFL. But he does have good closing speed. I'll say that. And he does look athletic, So, he's probably a project. We picked up in the 5th round in the 2019 NFL draft. So let's see what happens. There's something intriguing, definitely good at depth. And then we go on to the next linebacker, which we got from the Eagles. He was a free agent, Camus Brassiere. I think you need to watch out for this guy. Camus Brassiere, he played with the Patriots when he was a rookie. He practiced with them, so he played with Brian Flores, right? He's a special teams guy. Sam McGuavin's a special team guy. Van Ginkel will be a special teams guy. But Camus Brassiere, he actually played last year with the Eagles, and there were some packages that he was in with the Eagles that he played. So he wasn't only a special teams guy. He got on the field, and he looks athletic from what I saw. There was a play with the Eagles that they were on the goal line, and the opposing team, they ran the ball to the pylon. They were running it up to the corner to the pylon, and he was the outside linebacker or the middle linebacker. I don't remember right now, but he went towards the way that the running back was going, and they had 2 guys try to block him, right? And the blocks weren't bad; they were all right, But he was able to escape him, and he tackled the guy like on the 3-yard line, 4-yard line, or something. It was an impressive play. I'm not saying that's how he plays all the time, but from that play you can see, some athleticism. He is fast. He's shifty. He's not the biggest guy. He's not small either, but he's a speed guy. I think maybe on coverages and things like that he might get in a little more. But then you got that goal line play that I just talked about. So I really want to see what's going on here. He is a depth guy though, and but he might make a jump for some playing time. Especially getting some in the Eagles, and he was with Brian Flores when he was with the Patriots, so there's some familiarity there, So who knows? Let's see. But I think it's a good addition. All right, and then the last linebacker that I'm going to talk about today, because we have more, but I just don't want to make this video too long. But we're just going with 8 right now. So it's Landon Roberts coming from the Patriots. If you remember the play last year where the Patriots threw the ball to the linebacker, he scored a touchdown on us. Remember? That was him. Okay? So, Landon Roberts, he's a big, I think he'll probably be like a middle linebacker, one of the Sams or the Mikes or something like that. Might be in the middle, but he does rush the passer pretty all right. He doesn't get too many plays from there. But on the PFF, he had an all right grade when he was rushing the passer. So that's interesting to see. He's a special team guy as well. He plays special teams with the Patriots. you know, but he is a good depth player. You know, I remember seeing him playing with the in the game with the Patriots. You know, and he's another guy just like Kyle Van Noy. He knows the system. So the Samu Brazier probably knows some too because he played. But Landon Roberts, you know, he knows the playbook. So these guys will be transitioning pretty quick. You know, I'm excited to see what's going to happen with him. I think he's probably better. He's better against the run, right? Landon Roberts. He's more of a powerful hit you type of linebacker. You know, so it's great depth. I can't wait to hopefully we get into training camp, man, and we're able to see these things. But there's definitely a lot of competition going on here, and even if, like, say for instance, the starters go, there's good depth. If somebody gets tired, hope knock on wood that nobody gets hurt, that they don't get hurt. But there's depth. You always need depth. You know, and if you have this many players, then maybe what you could do is you could have packages for different linebackers and things of that nature. So it'll make it better for the defense overall. Okay, and that's it. That's it for this one. Thank you guys so much for your time. If you guys have any questions, comments, you can just leave them down below. If you like the channel, subscribe. Thank you so much for your time again. Go Dolphins.